Imagine this. You finally take a step toward a dream burning inside you. You start creating, building, or stepping out in faith, only to be met with silence, skepticism, or even outright criticism. The people closest to you, the ones you thought would support your vision, dismiss it. Instead of encouragement, you hear words of doubt. That's unrealistic. Who do you think you are? You don't have what it takes. The stink of their words makes you question everything. Did I mishear God? Am I really called to do this? Or should I just quit? We are not alone. David faced the same thing. He was just a teenager when the prophet Samuel anointed him as a future king of Israel. But instead of stepping into the throne, he was sent back to the fields to tend sheep. No crown, no immediate glory, just a promise and a season of waiting. Then came the moment that should have changed everything, when Israel was at war, and a giant named Goliath terrorized the army. David's father sent him to deliver food to his brothers on the battlefield. Hey, what happened? But when David saw the giant mocking God's people, something stirred in him. He knew he was called to do more than just delivering bread. He saw the opportunity to step into his destiny. But before he even got to the battlefield, the criticism came. His own brother, Eliab, turned on him. Why have you come down here? And with whom did you leave those few sheep in the wilderness? I know how conceited you are and how wicked your heart. You came down only to watch the battle. 1 Samuel 17:28. Think about that. David's own family questioned his motive. His own brother dismissed him, mocked his position, and belittled his calling. Sound familiar? Maybe the voices in your life aren't coming from an older brother, but from friends, co-workers, or even your own inner doubt whispering, you are just a small creator. You are not talented enough. You are wasting your time. But here's what makes David different. He didn't let criticism define him. He didn't argue, explain, or try to prove himself. He simply turned away from Eliab and stepped toward the real battle. That's the secret. You don't fight critics. You fight for your calling. We sometimes create without support. One of the hardest things about being a content creator is realizing that the people closest to you might not see what God has placed inside you. You post your first videos, write your first blogs, or launch your brand, and instead of encouragement, you get indifferent. No one shares. No shares, no likes. No message saying, wow, this is great. It's heartbreaking because you expected more support. But look at David. He didn't need his brother's approval to defeat Goliath. And you don't need everyone's approval to do what God has called you to do. That's the most important. Most people won't see the value of what you are building until it starts bearing visible fruits. That's the truth. That's why faithfulness in small beginnings is so crucial. God sees your quiet obedience in creating content that no one acknowledges yet. He sees your consistency when the numbers are low. He sees you in the hidden place. Keep creating, keep posting, keep refining your craft, because when God opens the right doors, no critic, no algorithm, and no lack of support can stop the impact He has planned for you. Stop waiting for validation. If God has given you the vision, start moving forward, even if no one else sees it. Drop a comment below. What is one step you will take today, despite the lack of support? Never fully step into their calling because they are afraid of what others will say. They fear judgment. The fear of judgment is so real. What if people criticize my work? What if they mock me? Or what if I fail publicly? But here's the truth. Every great leader, creator, and visionary in history has faced criticism. Even Jesus himself was rejected by the very people he came to save. David teaches us a powerful lesson. The battle isn't with the critics. If David had wasted his time arguing with Eliab, he never would have fought Goliath. You know that. The enemy uses distraction to keep you from your destiny. The moment you stop creating, stop building, or stop stepping forward because of what people might say, the enemy wins. That's the truth. Every piece of content you hesitate to post because of fear is one less person impacted. Every idea you abandon because of criticism is one less opportunity for God to work through you. So decide today that you will not let fear of criticism stop you. Silence the noise, focus on a mission, and move forward in faith. If fear of criticism has ever held you back? Comment below. What's one creative idea or project you have been scared to release? Today is a day to take action. Are you feeling discouraged by slow growth? Sometimes the loudest critic isn't external, it's internal. Maybe no one has even said anything, but your own mind is filled with doubt. You start comparing yourself to others. Their content is better. They are more talented. I'll never be as good as them. Hey, my friend, it's easy to look at people further along and feel inadequate. But David could have looked at the experienced warriors around him and thought, I'm just a shepherd. I don't belong here. Instead, he remembered his training in obscurity. He remembered the lions and bears he fought. He remembered that God had been preparing him long before his moment. And God has been preparing you too. Every unseen effort, every late night, every quiet moment of faithfulness, it all matters. Just because your impact isn't visible yet doesn't mean God isn't building something powerful. You may feel hidden now, but hidden seasons are seasons of preparation. God never wastes faithfulness. What you are doing now, even if no one sees it, is equipping you for what's ahead. If David had ignored his training in the field, he wouldn't have been ready to fight Goliath. Remember, what feels like a waiting season is actually a preparation season. Don't despise small beginnings. Don't discount the work you are doing just because the results aren't immediate. The audience, the opportunities, the impact, it will come in God's perfect time. Think about how far you have already come. Instead of focusing on numbers or recognition, reflect on how much your skills have improved, how much clearer your message is, and how much courage you have gained. Comment below. What's one thing you have grown in since you started your creative journey? Keep creating, keep trusting, keep building. David didn't wait for permission. He didn't wait for approval. He didn't let criticism stop him. He stepped forward in faith. And because of that, he took down a giant, changed a nation, and stepped into his calling. Your calling might not look like David's, but God has placed something inside of you that the world needs. Not everyone will understand it. Not everyone will support it. Not everyone will believe in it. But you know what? If God called you to it, no one can take it away. So step forward, create, speak, build, write, lead, even if you feel small, even if others doubt you. Because giants fall when ordinary people trust an extraordinary God. What was the one thing you will do today to step forward in faith despite the critics? Drop it in the comment section below. Let's encourage each other on this journey. If this message spoke to you, smash the like button, subscribe for more faith-driven encouragement, and share with someone who needs it.